Hello everyone, today we are watching the movie Love and Monsters. In the beginning, we hear a voice that is explaining what happened to the Earth in the past. A big meteor was about to destroy the planet, but the military shot rockets towards it and saved everyone. Well, not for long because the rockets had chemicals in them, and everything came back down to Earth. Because of the chemicals, small animals became bigger and took over the world. Now a cockroach can be even bigger than a tank. 95% of the humans are dead, and the ones remaining are hiding in bunkers, caves, or panic rooms. Then we see the kid who did the monologue, and his name is Joel. He is trying to sleep, but the people in the same bunker as him are making love. 7 years earlier, he had a girlfriend named Amy. They were in a car when alarms went off. They get home, and Joel's parents want to evacuate out of the city. Amy goes to her own parents, and that was the last time she and Joel have seen each other. Everyone has a job in the bunker, and Joel's job is making the food. He is playing with his crossbow when he hears a loud, strange noise. Everyone panics because something has breached into the bunker. Joel wants to help, but the others want him to stay in the bunker because he always freezes and is too scared to move when he sees a monster. Joel and the people who didn't go fight are in a safe place, watching on a monitor where the monster is. He sees that the fighters get close to the creature, and one of them gets killed. Joel says that they need help and gets out of safety. Behind a curtain, he sees the shadow of a giant ant and wants to shoot him, but he freezes. Lucky for him, one guy gets there and chops the head off the monster. Joel has a book where he draws every monster he sees and lists their strengths and weaknesses. He gets to the radio station to talk with his girlfriend, who is in another colony. Joel wants to say something, but the radio cuts out. Everyone is wondering how the ant got in the bunker, but Joel doesn't really care about it. He asks how far Amy's bunker is, and someone says that it will be 7 days of walking to get there. Joel says that he will walk towards her, but the others don't believe that he will make it. He packs his bags, takes a crossbow, and goes to the surface. The nature doesn't look that threatening yet, and he begins his journey to the other colony. He gets near a house and hears a monster nearby. He gets in to hide from the monster and opens the fridge. He sees a monster inside and runs from it until he is outside the house. He gets to a small pool and sees a big frog. He gets scared and falls down. A dog is standing over him and barks at the frog. It doesn't help, and the frog grabs Joel's food with his tongue. The dog bites the tongue and Joel is set free. Joel follows the dog and gets to a bus where the dog is living in. He sees that the dog listens to the name Boy, so that is what he will call him. Boy's owner is probably dead, and he is all alone. Joel spends the night in the bus and gets out to proceed on his journey. Boy follows him and they go together. He finds berries and wants to eat them, but the dog gives a signal that they are not good for you. He is reading in his book when he falls into a big hole. The dog can't help him get out of there, and he is stuck. The walls are covered with holes, containing enormous worms. He is preparing for an attack when somebody throws a rope down the hole to save him. He got saved by a man named Clyde and a little girl named Minnow. They hear monster noises in the background, and Clyde and Minnow go away. Joel wants to come with them, because it looks like they have a lot of experience. They say that he can come, and they go together. The noises that they heard in the background were from a giant beetle that smelled Joel. The beast now has his scent, and can follow them from far away. The girl teaches him how to shoot the crossbow, and he is a quick learner. They are in a forest when Clyde says that Joel needs to stop moving because there is a giant snail behind him. Clyde puts Joel's shirt on the snail's house, and now Joel's scent will be all over the forest. In the night, they are sitting near a campfire, and Clyde asks where Joel is from. Joel says that he is from a town named Fairfield, and Clyde is impressed because that town was basically ground zero for the monsters, and he never heard someone getting out of there alive. Joel lays down to get some sleep, but Clyde says it is time to go, and explains that you can have dinner or a night of sleep, but not both because the monsters will smell the food and will come when they are sleeping to eat them. It is time for them to split their paths, and Clyde gives him a hand grenade to stay safe on his journey. Boy and Joel are in a swamp, but his dog senses that something bad will happen. The dog runs and hides somewhere, and Joel hears something beneath him in the ground. There are big legs coming out of the mud, and there is a big centipede in front of him. Joel wants to shoot him, but he freezes, and he gets knocked over by the monster. The monster is about to eat the dog, and Joel gets a flashback to how his parents died. He gets the power to get out of the freeze and shoots his arrows at the creature. He kills him, and the dog is saved too. After some time, it is raining, and they get to an abandoned motel for shelter. There is a robot named Mavis in there. It was supposed to be the new best thing, but then the monsters came. She still has some power, so they talk with each other. Some years ago, Mavis got bit by a monster and crawled to this motel. She powered down and waited for someone to find him. They are talking about why he is on this journey, and Mavis wants Joel to use her last power, so he can call Amy to say that he is almost there. Amy says that she has amazing news and that there came rescuers to the colony to help them survive. The phone cuts out because Mavis is programmed to preserve her final 15 minutes of power. Joel brings the robot outside and the robot gives some motivational advice and she shuts down. In the morning, he makes a grave for the bot and he gets on his way again. There is a giant creature in the ground and it can hear every little sound you make. They get chased and Joel falls down and hides inside a tree. The monster looks gone but shows up again. Joel and the dog are quiet and the monster doesn't know where they are, so he leaves. Boy makes a noise and the creature comes back. Joel uses his only grenade and throws it in the mouth of the beast. While doing that, Joel fell into water and a lot of leeches are attached to him. He gets mad at the dog and Boy runs away. Then he gets hallucinations from the leeches and falls on the ground. He sees that something is approaching him, and it is Amy and they kiss each other. A day later it turns out that he didn't kiss Amy, but it was someone from her colony, and he was hallucinating, so he didn't notice. Amy says that the rescuers came on a boat, and they are very friendly. All the colony members are packing their things to put it on the boat, and Joel meets the crew for the first time. Amy and Joel talk in private, and she says that it was very romantic of him to come all this way to meet her again, but she just isn't the person she was 7 years ago. She even had a new boyfriend a year before this, but he died by a monster. Joel is sad, but he will still come on the boat with them. In the evening, the boat crew is throwing a party because tomorrow is the day that everyone will go on the boat and get rescued. Everyone is sitting near a campfire, but Joel is still sad and goes on the radio to talk with his old colony. Everyone is happy to hear from him again, and they talk about the journey he made. The power suddenly cuts out, so the conversation is over. One of the guys from the boat brought him a snack to eat, and it is the same food the boy indicated was not safe to eat. Joel now knows that the boat crew doesn't have the best intentions with him, and he wants to tell Amy, but she is too drunk to get what he is saying. Then someone knocks him unconscious. When he wakes up, all the colony members, including him and Amy, are tied up on the beach. The boat crew is going to steal all their supplies and will rob other colonies next. The captain reveals that the ship is not powered by normal fuel, but a big crab pulls the boat forward. The monster will need to eat too, so the colony members will be its food. Amy breaks her zip ties and frees Joel. She will fight the boat crew, and Joel needs to deal with the crab. Amy knocks one of the crew members down, but gets hurt in the process. Joel takes a spear and uses it on the crab. We see that the captain controls the crab with electrical shocks, and the crab gets up again. Boy is back, and the captain wants one of the crew members to blow him up. Amy hits her just before she can shoot, and the crew member hits the crab instead. Amy overpowers her, but the captain hits her unconscious. The crab is still alive and gets up. The captain is trying to get away with all the supplies and gets on a boat. The crab is now fighting with Joel and grabs him by his legs. Amy throws the gun towards him, and Joel can kill the crab. The crab and Joel stare each other in the eyes, and the crab looks friendly. But every time he gets a shock, the crab turns angry. Instead of shooting him in his face, he shoots the wire connected with the crab to set him free from the captain. The crab lets Joel free too and thanks him. The crab heads to the boat and kills all the crew members. Back inside, Joel says that he will go back to his colony. He makes the journey back and meets with his colony again. He uses the radio to talk about his journey to all the other colonies still alive, and he inspires a lot of them to make a trip too. Thank you for watching the movie Love and Monsters with us. Leave the movies you want us to review next in the comments and please make sure to subscribe if you liked it.